Hello, welcome to the Elone Show. I'm your host, John Malone. In this episode, no regulars, because reasons, as always. As for our guest, he's from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and he is a florist and singer-songwriter. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Gary Pratt.
Hey there, welcome everybody. Thanks for having me on the show.
You're welcome. So, how's life?
Extremely busy. I got so much going on with the flower shop right now. We have the proms and we have graduations and different parties coming up. So it's been pretty hectic there. And then with the music, trying to get our summer schedule all put together and get a new show put together. And it's been hectic and recording another album too. Actually, we've been recording that since last January, but it's almost done. So it's a whirlwind for sure.
Okay, very nice, very nice. Is there anything you're currently working on at the moment or up to recently?
Like I said, working on the new album, there's a lot of great songs. That's it's funny because my flower shop takes money to be in the music business and record albums and that. And my flower shop does that for me. Actually, if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be doing my music. But my heart's in both places. But right now, just trying to get this album put together, get the schedule put out. Where people.
Even on his iPad, the audio still cuts off. I feel like his technology hates him, apparently. Wow. What does the tech have against him? That's just shocking to me. This is devastating. I hope he comes back. There's a connection. We can connect again.
Okay,
And you're back.
I'm back. I wonder what's going on here. Um,
I'm asking the same thing.
it seems like for some reason my screen goes dark and then you're gone. So I'm just gonna keep hitting my screen so it stays on. Maybe that's the trick. I don't know, but I
Okay,
we'll just keep doing that.
fair enough, fair enough.
All right.
So where were we?
Talking about what's going on. Trying to coming up things that I'm working on, like the album. Working on the album, working on that since last January, and it's finally coming together. I'm seeing light at the end of the tunnel, but that's one project I'm working on, and trying to keep the flower shop going because that flower shop money is what backs my music. Um, so, like I said, there's a lot of things going on. I can't wait for everyone to hear the new album. I think we're gonna release things a little bit different though. Um, we're gonna last album we released the whole album at one time. This time I think we're gonna release singles off the album, then eventually release the whole album. Uh, but I mean, that keeps me so busy, so busy.
Yeah, absolutely. So, are there any jobs or opportunities you haven't done yet that you would like to do someday?
Oh yeah, I like to play the Josie Music Awards. Um, been nominated for that, and maybe this next album will get me there. And also be a guest at the ISSA Music Awards. Actually, do a performance there. I was supposed to do a performance there last year, but we had some medical problems in our family, so I wasn't able to go. So I'm sure they'll invite me back again. Those two things I'd love to do, especially the Josie Music Awards, because that's um, that's held in Nashville, right at the Grand Ole Opry, and I think that would be an honor to be able to grace that stage from all the other people that have been on there. So that's two things I'd like to do. I'd like to get a number one hit, on the mainstream on the mainstream charts. But hey, it's a work in progress.
Yeah, absolutely. If you were given 500 acres of land, what would you use that land for?
I would actually open up a concert venue. Um, To have all the big country stars come in and have like a camping ground, and of course, if I also need the money to do that, but if I had the money and the 500 acres, that's something I would do. I've always wanted to do something like that.
Okay, cool, cool. What improved your life quality so much you wished you did it sooner?
Quit my last job. I, I had a job as a therapist for called a recreational therapist for a nursing home chain, and I worked for them for quite a long time, and always have a passion, for music. I did live in Nashville for a year, came back and had to get a real job because you need financial stability in life, and that's what I started doing. And I worked there for quite a long time and was always afraid to quit because I was making good money. I had, you know,
Well, he's trying. Huh, interesting.
that was a private company then, and a corporation came in and took over. Everything was really changing. It was more about the money, and my heart wasn't into it anymore. And I was doing more book work than I was doing good for the people. So I wanted to quit. And then another company came in and actually bought the facilities, and they wanted to get rid of people. And I was just hoping they would get rid of me because I was ready to quit. And you know, God provided them. They cut my job, which was okay. I was okay with it, but I was thinking, oh, this is probably the worst thing that ever happened. Now, you start thinking back, oh gosh, what am I going to do? I took a year off and decided I needed to do something. So I ended up having two jobs. In fact, the same week I got two different jobs: night auditor for Hampton Inns and delivery driver for a flower shop. And so I was working like 60 hours a week, 30 at each one. And after a year, I gave it a year for both. Then I decided to open up my own flower shop because I was learning things. And so I got a rusty old van. I had a pop cooler and rented a little space out for like $200 a month and started the flower shop. And it caught on. And 7 years after that, I bought a four-story building downtown, and that's where my shop is now. And with the help of my parents and my friends and my brother and everybody, we remodeled the whole building, and it's beautiful. And that was just that's sort of my story of how I got the flower shop. Now I forget what the question was. I was going on too far.
Yeah. But hey, it's pretty good to be honest.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was a blessing. But yeah, like I said, I thought it was the worst thing that ever happened. And it actually was the best thing that ever happened in my life because it gave me financial stability and it gave me the funds to do what I love, and which is country music and write. And these last 4 years, 3 years actually, have been people recognizing my music being played in different stations and being on podcasts such as yours, and it's all been a blessing ever since I started this business. So it's I met so many great people coming in my shop, and God loving people that have become friends, and people that follow us now too, and pretty well known in the area because of both businesses. So it's definitely been a blessing.
It sure has been. Where has been the furthest you traveled to from where you're originally from?
Oh, I would say the Bahamas. I've been in Mexico. Um, that's probably the furthest that I've traveled out of the country. In the country, I've been out to Arizona and I go to Florida quite often. In fact, I do a lot of gigs down there. Uh, but that's pretty much of my travels. I'd love to go to Europe, uh, especially on one of those Mediterranean um, river tours. I think that'd be awesome. So you get to experience, how do people live. That's sort of one of my things on my bucket list.
Nice, nice. Have you ever thought about living off the grid?
Uh, it has it has crossed my mind, but then you get so much in the hustle and bustle of everyday life and all kinds of people. Dealing with the public is difficult too. I must say that, but I don't think I'd ever do it. Uh, Now, my dad, he would did it in a heartbeat, but uh, not me. I'm used to being around people and and interacting, and I don't think I'd ever do that.
Okay, fair enough. Have you ever thought about living in a beach hut somewhere in the middle of the desert, apparently, because that's something that I came up with somehow.
I don't think I'd live in a beach hut in a desert. Beach hut on the beach, maybe, but not in the
Yeah,
desert.
yeah, that doesn't make
No,
sense
because
at
there's
all.
no ocean.
Yeah, exactly. There has to be a source of water to stay alive.
Well, salt water you can't really drink, but I do love the beach though. It's something I've always uh, loved, even when I was a kid. Uh, my parents built their home, and they let each one of us kids order a wall mural that would go in our bedrooms, and they were sort of told our personality. Of course, mine was the beach with palm trees and everything. My one brother was like the wooded area and like hunting and stuff like that. And my other brother was into baseball. So we all had different things that we loved. And I was probably maybe 10 years old when I picked. Nah, I was older than that. I was probably about 15 because my brother was probably 13 and my other brother was a little younger than that. So yeah,
Okay, yeah, I can see that. Do you pour the milk in before the cereal, or do you put the cereal before the milk?
I put in the cereal before milk.
That is the right answer. Because I can't imagine the other way around.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Like, how what what if you put the milk in first, then the cereal? There's gonna be more milk than cereal. Like
Or
that
or
doesn't.
or you got to put more cereal in to make the milk ratio be good.
That's a good point, but still, it is what it is,
Yep.
I guess.
Right.
Would you sleep on the wall or sleep on the ceiling?
I think you asked me that one other time. I don't know what I answered. Um, because I have talked to you before. I don't know. I think I'd sleep on the ceiling. So I can watch what's going on. Maybe no one would see me up there.
Yeah, and also all the floor space too.
Yeah.
If you're going on a road trip, what two items do you make sure to bring with you?
Uh, Usually my microphone. Even when I go to and my cowboy boots. I can't sing without my cowboy boots on. Uh, those are two things I usually pack. Of course, I'm always going to a nice summer place. Hopefully, um, shorts, swimming trunks, and my boots and my microphone and music. I'm ready to go.
Sweet, sweet. Would you ever try space tourism?
No.
Fair enough. Why go out of space when we have everything on this planet?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think it'd be a little bit scary. I mean, I don't think I would enjoy it at all.
Yeah. What could you give a 40-minute presentation on without any preparation?
Okay. Well, definitely flower shop. I could do presentation easy, how to do flowers and all that type of thing. I could also give people advice on, how to join some of these organizations that are out there, especially for writers and that don't know about like International Singer Songwriters Association, different programs out there that can help you write. So I could do a couple different things without preparation. Even talking about um, how God gives signs to us from those that have passed, and different things that have happened since my dad and my brother passed. That you have to look for the signs for and believe that they're still around. And I think those are the three topics I could, off the top of my head, that I could talk about.
Sweet, sweet. If you had a song for every time you entered the room, what song would that be?
Oh my gosh, let's see here. My mind's blank. First of all, I was thinking of my songs, but I'm trying to think of something that's about my life and something that is positive. Of course, you can take all negative situations and turn them positive. I like doing that. Let me think about that one a little bit.
All right, fair enough. Have you ever met anyone famous?
Oh yeah, I've met. Let's see, Ronnie Millsap, uh, Dwight Yoakam, Travis Tritt, Phil Vassar, Crystal Gale, Tammy Wynette. I actually sang with her when I was 10 years old. Let's see, these are older country people that maybe some of the listeners don't even know who they are. Um, that which is I talk to some young people sometimes, and it's like they have no idea what I'm talking about. Um, who else? Daryl Worley, Mark Chestnut. Um, I actually went to a songwriters award show years ago and sat at a table with Alan Jackson and his wife, a Dolly Parton's sister. Marie Osmond was there, and a guy named Billy Dean, Bill Meade. So I've met a lot of different people through the music and opening up for some of these people.
Yeah, sounds great. What is the largest food you've ever eaten?
The largest food.
Uh-huh.
Oh, and you talking about the quantity of food, or are you talking about uh,
The size.
the size of what? I don't know. Maybe buffalo. I think we had buffalo one time. Uh, Shark. Um, Bear. Uh, I'm trying to think things that my brother has brought home. Uh, I think that would probably be my answer. Most of my times, I mean, like some kind of fish or chicken, so it's not really large.
Yeah, fair enough. What is something that was once important but is now becoming less and less relevant?
I think maybe material things in my life um, are less relevant. I used to want, you know, a house and a business, and I think because I have that, they're not. They are very, very important to me, but I mean, when you pass away, you don't take any of this stuff with you. What's more important is spending time with my mom, my brothers, and friends and family. And I try to make time for that, um, even though I am quite busy. Uh, if someone calls and said, "Hey, let's meet for dinner," I try to do that because I know you don't know when what tomorrow's going to bring because that person might not be there. So the things that you can't see, like caring for people and loving people, are more important now than all the material things that I acquired.
Yeah, that is so true. Like, not many people in the world have the things that we have. So,
Correct.
yeah, if those people have what we have right now, they'd be so thankful to have those things and possibly make a career out of that.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people, countries and that they don't know how lucky. I mean, we don't know how lucky we are because we haven't seen some of things that other people go through and what they don't have and how they're living. And I mean, we're blessed here in the U.S. for sure. Um, and you can't take that kind of stuff for granted. And uh, I wish more people would see that.
Yeah, absolutely. And that is all we have for this episode. It's great having you on, Gary, catching up with everything, I guess.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry about the problems at the first, when we first started, but we did good. So I appreciate your time, Peter, so much. Thank you for having me on the show. God bless you.
You too. And until next time, stay tuned for more.